Hi everyone, welcome back to Glass podcast. For those of you who don't know us already, my name's Hazel.
And my name's Lauren, and today's topic is, are we all just tired? So, is it just me, or is it everyone I speak to at the minute is tired? Like, just emotionally, physically, everything, drained.
Just flat out.
Yeah, flatline.
Phone dead.
Yeah.
Literally the same. I think it's something that we overlook a lot because everyone's so tired these days. And it's surely not just us. You know,
No.
there's a difference between feeling tired and then feeling tired, I think, if that makes sense.
Yeah, emphasis on the tired, I think.
Yeah, there's a difference between feeling tired and feeling, like I just need a little nap, or I just need a rest from life, from work, from everything. And it's okay to need a rest. It's 100% okay. We all put up with a lot. We all go through a lot. Everything. Society has become a lot harder than it once was. There's a lot more pressure. There's a lot more standards to meet and expectations to meet. And everyone is just tired. I know I'm mentally, physically tired.
Oh, I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything is, it's too much.
Yeah, we just need to sit down for it, don't we?
Yeah. I think we're just getting old, though. Well, I say we're getting old, we're not really that old.
Like low 20s and we're already...
Low 20s. But, yeah, it's just too much, isn't it? There's just too much pressure. I think it's like that thing that we've briefly touched on in the past of like trying to balance everything all at once. And it does get to a point, we're only human at the end of the day. We can't be everywhere all at once. We can't do everything and be everything all at once. So, yeah, in that respect, everyone would be tired. Anyone would be.
And no one talks about it.
No.
But we're going to talk about it today. Okay, so is there a difference between being busy and tired?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there is.
100% there isn't there?
Because being busy is like this feeling of being wired, like you're constantly, like you're being driven by a little motor and you've kind of got to like do everything all at once. I for one can think, okay, well I need to do this and I need to do that, but then I try and do it all in one day, and realistically it's like 5 days worth of stuff, but I'm just cramming it because I'm thinking, right, well I've got the motivation now, so I'm going to do it now.
Yeah, you're constantly switched on, aren't you? There's no off button. You're constantly doing something, you're constantly checking things, and I think it's harder to balance that when you work 9 till 5 or you work ridiculous work hours, and you try and balance a social life, you try and balance a relationship, you try and balance a family life as well, and you try and balance looking after yourself. And I think the lines get blurred a little bit. When you're so busy, you lose focus on what's actually urgent and important. Because when we're in work, you think, right, I've got 4 different tasks to do, my emails, that sort of stuff, I've got, that's urgent for work. But realistically, what a lot of people don't see is behind the scenes. You wake up, do a 9 till 5, come home, do whatever you need to do, and then go back. And the cycle is always on. There's no off on that cycle, is there?
No, I think it's kind of like, the way I think of it is like a little hamster going around in a wheel. Like there's no stopping unless you actually step off that wheel and you actually take some time for yourself to rest.
I saw this this video on Instagram the other day, and it actually relates quite a lot to this episode, because it was, I'm sure you've seen it, it's like kind of like like an adaptation of someone's perspective on working life these days. And it was a mouse trapped in a mouse cage trying to reach a bit of cheese, and the cage was trapped.
No, I've not seen that.
Have you not?
No.
I just thought it's so honest and so real, because you are trapped. You're trying to reach that little bit of cheese, aren't you? And you're just trapped. Yeah, you're on constantly. And it's that cycle of trying to reach something but never getting it.
I think this ties in quite nicely with like overachieving as well.
Yes.
Like trying to strive to be or get something, but I mean, I'm trying to think what I want to say. Head's going back and forth. Do you know what? I've completely lost my train of thought. Do you want to take over?
I can't even remember what you were saying just then.
No, I can't. That's what I mean. I've gone. It's gone. The thought's gone.
You're so tired.
Yeah, so exhausted of trying to measure up to. Do you know what? I'll just tie it back into perfection, so we're not having dead air. Yeah, kind of like feeling like you have to be perfect and you have to like do everything all at once.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wrap it up like that.
Yeah.
This one, I think.
Yeah. That was fine.
So, how can we feel seen without changing ourselves?
Oh. Right. I think to me that is we all chase something that we've established in other episodes. Yeah. We all chase something. We'll have a goal we're working towards, and we sort of mould ourselves to meet other people's expectations, other people's standards, and being seen without changing ourselves is being able to be authentic and real. You know, there's a difference between how I act with you, with anyone else outside of work, and there's a difference between how I act in work. You know, it's kind of lights on, glasses down, head down. You know, there's a difference, but I don't want to say I'm just kind of like fine tuning my behaviour in a different scenario, but I am, because being seen without changing yourself is very difficult when you perceive the environment to be, I don't want to say, no, it's not, I'm not thinking of hostile, I'm thinking of in the kind of like, what am I thinking of? It's like a different...
Well, it's like foreign, it's like a different circumstance, so you feel the need to be a people pleaser. I think we're both people pleasers.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to put yourself into a box. I mean, if you're thinking about it in a work environment, then yeah, you probably should censor yourself a little bit, keep some thoughts to yourself. But you shouldn't change yourself. I feel like that's a bit contradictory. But I think the point I'm trying to make is not putting yourself into a box. Like I'm different around different friends. I think I'm probably the most myself around you, but with other people I'm kind of like, okay, I need to, behave this way, and I can't put my finger on it, and I don't know why I do it.
You match the vibe, don't you? You mirror other people, don't you? And I think a lot that's where kind of it falls into people pleasing, isn't it? Because if you're trying to match someone else's energy, and they're really kind of like energetic and upbeat, then you feel like you have to match that, otherwise they're not going to like me. They're not going to like you, yeah. And vice versa, if someone's, kind of like toned down, head down, kind of like tunnel vision, then you feel like you have to match their energy, and that's where it becomes exhausting, because you're constantly keeping up with changing scenarios, and a lot of people don't realise it until you actually get home and you think,
I'm drained. That was so exhausting trying to keep up with it.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
So how do we know when we're running on low battery then?
I think for me, it's a social battery. So I will get home from like a few hours of being around just anyone, even just like being out by myself, and I think, right, that's it, I need to lie down. I'm done. I need to be by myself. I need to go and be in my room, and I need to just like have a minute and just decompress. I'll pop in, I'll say hi to everyone. That's it, gone. But yeah, I think that's my biggest problem is I know when I'm done with the day, because I just feel it.
You feel switched off, don't you?
Yeah, like that's it. My brain's just logged off.
And I think a lot of people don't talk about it because you can feel quite guilty. I think in instances like that, I'm completely the same. I'll get home from work and I'll think, right, that's me finished. I just want to put my feet up, watch a little bit of Desperate Housewives, and then just get my head down. But I think when you start feeling like you owe people enthusiasm, where you have to, get home and everyone talks about, how was your day? What did you do? And you think, I just don't. I have.
Keep it brief. Let's wrap this up in 5 minutes.
Yeah. But I think it puts people off when you get home and you say, I'm just going to go upstairs, and then disappear for the next 5 hours because you just want to put your head down. And, people start asking questions, and it becomes kind of like cause for concern, doesn't it? Why haven't you?
Why are you antisocial?
Yeah, literally.
But it's not being antisocial, it's just being tired.
Yeah.
I'm just done. I just want to go and have a minute, you know. But I think it's important that we take that time and that we know our own limits and we have a minute to just breathe. Just breathe.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like constantly be on, and you don't have to constantly be conversing with someone or like spending time with someone. It's okay to be by yourself.
It's like that thing that, was it Molly May who said we all have to stay in 24 hours in a day?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
You said that I live
I
under
remember.
a rock.
Well, I think we both live under a rock. It depends what the circumstance is.
Yeah. But
It might have been.
I think it
Oh
was.
yeah, because there was a lot of controversy around it.
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah, carry on.
I think it's true to a degree, but it also isn't true. Because people structure their 24 hours a lot differently. So, for example, I wake up, go to work, come home, and then either see my partner or see my parents or, you know, try and do something else. But on certain days where I've had like a long day at work, then I just want to come home, get my head down and just crack on with what I want to do, and that's self-care for me. But, you know, I think it's a different scenario, isn't it, when a lot of people just don't have the motivation to be able to structure their 24 hours in the same way as other people, and if they don't, you know, meet expectations, then it's not right, is it? I think that ties into like cancelling plans due to it as well.
Yeah, I think my voice sounded really weird. Yeah, I've definitely felt guilty for that in the past, but you shouldn't have to. You know, if it's too much, or you've got your own reasons, your own explanation, then you shouldn't have to feel guilty for like not wanting to do something. Like if you've had a long day, even if you've not had a long day, like it is okay to just have a day off and just not do anything.
Yeah.
Just lie in bed all day. You know, just do whatever you need to do to feel like yourself again. And I mean, we've both done it to each other, haven't we? We've both cancelled on each other.
Yeah.
But
I think, you know, it ties into what we were saying earlier as well. You change yourself around people that you're comfortable around and around different scenarios and whatnot. But I'm comfortable to be able to say to you, I can't go out today.
yeah.
I'm washing my hair instead. And you know full well that I'm not washing my hair.
No, I know you'll be in the bath with a glass of wine.
Yeah, bubbles on, you know, candles lit.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like my expensive bath salts. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's a lot of stigma around it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's like me. If I say, I mean, we're both notoriously late for each other as well, aren't we? So, so if I message you and I'm going, oh sorry, I'm just putting my shoes on, you know that I've probably only been awake for, yeah, I've probably only been awake for about 20 minutes, so I'm just rolling out of bed. But yeah, it's that pressure and that guilt of feeling like you have to keep up, but you don't. It's normal. So how can we choose ourselves, or rather put ourselves first, even if it disappoints other people?
I don't think there's a way to not disappoint anyone. You know, we need to put ourselves first no matter what, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that carry our own life. We're the ones that see us through till the end, and anyone else is just
Side character.
Literally.
In a nice way.
Yeah. It's all about a stage, isn't it? You know, you're the main character and everyone else is just kind of like NPCs. Isn't that non-player character?
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it is.
I don't know. Let us know. But yeah, I think it's very important to, you know, I mean, the way I think of that is like if you've got a different view to somebody else, you know, people are always going to be disappointed if you know, we kind of, I think we seek out relatability within each other, and I think sometimes it's hard for certain people to digest if you aren't exactly the same as them or you don't have the same views as them. But you've got to be true to yourself. I mean, I've been in so many arguments, and I'm not an argumentative person. No. I'm not. But I have been in so many arguments because I've been standing up for what I believe in. You know, if someone's said something to me and I've thought, no, I don't agree with that, you know, that's quite a traditional view. You know, I think you need to be a little bit more open-minded. I will say that because I know that it's right to me.
Yeah. It's like what I've always said in work and, you know, to other people as well. You know, if you know you're right, like dead and true, then stand your ground. Who cares what everyone else thinks? But if you're wrong, hold your hands up.
Yeah.
Take accountability. But if you know that you're right for a fact and you've done nothing wrong, you are just voicing your opinion, you are just trying to be yourself and whatnot, then stand your ground. Because people will always try and tear you down. You always get negative Nellies in life, don't you?
Nellies, yeah.
But it's true. You always get people that, you know, make it a mission to contradict, to sway your opinion, to
undermine.
Exactly. They make it a mission. It's like you always get people that are negative anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
But no way should that affect you and your judgments. And even though it disappoints other people, you're being yourself. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is room for diplomacy as well. Like, if you think, okay, well, I'm not 100% on this, then fine, make it into a discussion, not an argument. But, yeah, if you firmly believe in something, then you need to be true to that. And it's not just beliefs. Like, if someone's kind of, not dismantling, what's the word I'm looking for? Something in your character. Decimating?
Defamation?
We'll go with defamation. Of your character, then yeah, stand up for yourself. If you feel that something is right within you, stand by that.
And even though it feels like you have to mould yourself and change how you behave in certain situations, you shouldn't change who you are as a person. No. It shouldn't become, you know, like life or death type of thing. You shouldn't have to constantly fit a box and fit a checklist. Life isn't about that. You walk through it how you are, you know, no one can tell you any differently. But it's fine-tuning, you know, things that you think are right, that you think are good and whatnot, and just basically drowning out anyone else who thinks otherwise. Because your opinion matters.
You matter.
You matter to us.
Yeah.
So someone asked me the other day, is it normal to have a low energy session? And we sort of had a conversation about that. What do you think?
Yeah.
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 Point blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we've already touched on this, haven't we? You know, it's okay to just kind of sit and be and exist. And you don't always have to be on all the time. I feel like we're repeating ourselves quite a bit here, but it is just the main point of feeling the pressure to keep up, feeling the pressure to be a certain way, act a certain way. But it's okay to just have a minute, just have a bubble bath and, you know, just take a minute.
Do you know what comes to mind? Because you just said, what's it called? What's the name?
I don't know.
Go take a bubble bath. Sip some chai tea.
Oh yeah, the audio.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what that's from.
Kevin, your stress sweat is getting all over me. Go take a bubble bath.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But it's so true. I think normalising low energy sessions is the best thing possible. Because there's phases that are slower than others, and we just need a minute to keep up with life because everything's constantly changing, going around in circles and constantly moving. We just need to feel like we're not having to rush through things. So I'll give you an example. So I cancelled plans with my partner the other day, and he said, why? And I said, I don't know. I just want a little me night. And to me, self-care is taking a bath, nice hot bath, nice little glass of red, you know, candles lit, classical music on in the background, face mask on, and just soak for hours. I love a good bath.
I know I do. You can't beat it, can you?
No, you can't.
I never want to get out.
No, I don't. I top
I'm in
water
there
up
for,
when I get cold.
I know I do. I'm in there for like 2 hours. Sometimes, well, not that long, but between an hour and 2 hours.
I'd say I'm in that long as well.
Mm.
But it's normalising these low energy sessions where you don't have to constantly be on. I mean, I think when people think of like low energy sessions, they think of like sleep or something. But there's a difference between sleep, which is an unconscious state where you can physically and mentally relax, and there's a difference between rest, which is a conscious state where you can mentally, physically, spiritually unwind and detox and just clear your mind for what's going on, essentially, I think.
I mean, you can't beat a bit of a nap though, can you?
You can't.
Bit of a sleep.
No.
I'm a big sleeper. I can be comatose for like 24 hours. I did actually do that once.
Yeah. When you go to sleep, you're dead to the world.
Yeah. But that's fine, you know, however you find rest is fine. As long as you're taking that minute.
Yeah. As long as you're looking after yourself, because I think we can have a nap, we can say that we're tired, have a nap, and then still feel tired and just mentally heavy and mentally busy as well, and sleep doesn't always fix that. So I went through a phase where, you know, I was just constantly drained, constantly. I just felt like everything was moving and I wasn't keeping up. You know, you'd get rest, well, I'd get rest, and I just woke up tired, and it was that cycle that never ended. So we've touched on it before as well, finding ways for self-care and self-love, and it's different for everyone. You know, go for a walk. I like going for walks. We went for a walk the other day. Well, it was more like a run, wasn't it?
I don't think I'll ever recover from that. I've done my hip in really badly. But other than that, yeah. It was nice, it was peaceful, but I'm never pushing myself that hard again.
6 mile.
Well, it wasn't actually, it was close to 8.
Was it actually?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
I know.
Right.
I know.
But finding ways of self-care is one of the best things you can do, because you can find something that helps you completely detox from a long day, and then you're back up and ready to go. And it's not always easy, but if you can find something that helps you manage being tired, then you're set, aren't you?
So what does self-love actually look like then?
It's the little things that matter in life. It's not the massive breakthroughs, it's the little things, you know, the daily achievements that we don't notice, we don't reward ourselves. It's all based on positive reinforcement. You know, if you set yourself a goal and you accomplish that goal, whether it's, you know, making your bed before you go to work, or whether it's going to Pilates in the morning, or whether it's going for a walk, or, you know, making yourself a meal after work.
Yeah.
If you set yourself targets and goals and work towards them, and you achieve those goals, then mentally you're on for a win, because we all do things that serve us. We all do things that have positive outcomes. I know for a fact, if I made up with myself, if I'm at bed in the morning, have myself some breakfast, you know, get to work on time, and I'll say on time, I'm always on time, but get to work early, then it's the little achievements that no one speaks about, that no one talks about, and it's learning to love yourself and just take care of yourself after achieving those things. You know, it's not a race, it's not a massive, you know, grand prize at the finale. It's just daily things that we overlook that we should give ourselves more praise for.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well, it's like you said, like learning to love yourself. If you can go out for a meal or just take yourself on a day out, you know, look after yourself and make sure that you're doing things that you want to do. You don't have to be with someone to do things. Like, you can go and get things done by yourself. You can, you know, the amount of times I've took myself shopping.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have the company. You don't have to rely on anybody to be happy. Like, you are perfectly capable of making your life
Yours.
Yeah, yours. Enjoyable.
Right, so at the end of each episode, we have something called a glass moment, which is where we take a segment from today's episode, which has left the biggest impact on us. So my glass moment was learning that being tired isn't failure, it's information.
I think mine would have to be the self-love segment. So when we talked about the different aspects and the different ways that we can show ourselves love. So we want to hear from you. We want to know what self-love looks like for you, anything that makes you happy or anything that you like to do in your spare time. So like and subscribe.
And then leave us a comment down below for what you want to see in next week's video. And that's it from us. Our glasses are empty. We'll see you on the next episode on Grab a Glass Podcast.